What's up YouTube? Mike from Mass here, Mass Aquariums. And in today's video, I'd just like to give you a quick overview of my maintenance routine for the JBJ. I get a lot of questions asking how I keep my tank so clean with it being only 15 gallons. I think a lot of people are getting frustrated with their tanks, big and small, and really it's just about a routine maintenance, sticking to your routine maintenance. This is a 15-gallon aquarium, and with the rock I would say it's more about 12 gallons. I do a 50% water change once a week. That's it, one 5-gallon bucket, so maybe about 40% actually. And I clean the glass regularly, once a day with the flipper. That's about it. During my water change, I siphon out the sand. I pick a corner a week and just do one corner a week as not to disturb the tank too much. And I rinse out my coarse sponge and change my filter floss. And that is it. As far as what I'm running on the tank, the rear chamber has 3 sections, and on the left I have a coarse sponge, filter floss, and ceramic media. And in the middle I have my heater, and on the right side I have my stock return pump and my ATO, my auto top off. That's really it, folks. It's bare bones. I don't run a skimmer or carbon or roller mats or any other type of dosing equipment. Auto top off is all I have. And I keep it as simple as possible. That's always been my rule of thumb, is to keep it simple, stupid. I feel like people in the hobby can spend too much money. If you have the money, that's great, and if it benefits your tank, that's also great, but it's not really necessary, in my opinion. I don't dose anything. However, I did start to feed Reefroids about 3 weeks ago. I've been feeding twice a week on Wednesday and Sunday, and I do feed my Duncan heads each one mysis shrimp twice a week. And all the corals seem to be doing great with the Reefroids. They're responding quite well. In a tank this small, you really don't need to dose anything. When you're doing a 50% water change weekly, the corals are getting everything they need from your salt mix. You want to use a high quality salt mix if you can, which would benefit the corals, especially your LPS skeletal growth. But you really don't need to dose a tank this small with consistent weekly water changes. As far as livestock in the tank, I have 2 clownfish, caramel mocha clownfish. I have 1 lawnmower blenny, who, for those who watch my channel, has started to eat pellets, which is nice because he grazes constantly and just wipes the tank out of any algae on the rocks. I was a bit concerned to start, but he did start to feed on pellets last week, and he's been eating them twice a day when I feed my clownfish. I have a skunk cleaner shrimp, which is getting quite big. His whiskers, as I like to call them, you can tell when they're growing because they molt. Around every 2 weeks he's molting, and his antennae are getting quite long, as you can see here. There's the Goniopora on the left, which I've been struggling to keep my entire reef keeping career, but it seems to be doing quite well now, along with the Alveolpora over here. My clownfish have been doing something really strange, but quite normal in the hobby, because they're not very strong swimmers. They usually have a bubble tip anemone or a toadstool or some sort of fairly big soft coral that hosts them, that they'll rest in. So what they do now is they go to the overflow, and what looks like them being sucked in is just them resting. Clownfish are notoriously weak swimmers, and they usually need a place to rest, and this is where they rest. They'll swim for, quite a while. As I work from home, I watch them swim around, and then when they're tired, they'll go and they'll just rest along up there, as you can see. They're quite friendly. In the past, I've had clownfish that will bite your fingers when you stick your hand in the tank to do maintenance. I had an onyx clownfish that went to town on my hand every time I would do any maintenance. He would just bite, and to the point where the pinch almost hurt a little bit. He was just so aggressive. As you can see, both here resting now. They don't have any names yet. They've been in the tank for the beginning for 3 months, and I haven't really named them yet. The male is the one that usually just hangs out there and is lazy, so go figure. But they're all healthy. All the fish eat great, and they have really healthy slime coat, and their gills are nice and healthy, so I'm not concerned at all, especially since I've seen this done in the past on my tanks. And really, they're just tired and they're resting because the flow in the tank is quite strong. There's a few dead spots that they swim in the front of the tank when they're, on their daily swims, but this right now is sort of a strange behavior that I've actually really liked to watch, so it is kind of funny. As you can see, the GSP on the back wall is starting to spread, which was nice. It's a bulletproof coral that I was struggling with to begin with. I believe the clowns were rubbing up against it quite a bit, and it was just staying closed all the time. I do have a bunch of zoanthids that I am thrilled about because I got a bunch of colors that I really liked. I have the names of them in a previous video, but there's one yellow brick road coral that was quite expensive, Zoa, and that started to spread real quick, so that's nice. So, hope you enjoyed this video, folks. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget the notification bell to get my video updates when they come out. I upload every Wednesdays, and most weekends I do a tank tip video, or if I find like a cool gadget or piece of equipment that you might not know about that could help your tank and help you in your fish keeping journey, I try to upload that for you. Other than that, I hope you all have a great week, and I will catch you on the next one. I'm out, folks. Peace.